Hi everyone, and we're back with more Sword of Convaleria. So we have a new event out called Universal Derivation, and this is one of the more challenging events that they put out so far. In this video, I want to go over the event and show you that it's actually quite doable. This is a 20-day event, so you have time to complete this. And you can get most, if not all, of the rewards that this event offers. So this event is a stage-oriented style event where you have 30 stages, which they're calling simulations, but each simulation is a stage basically. You can go in multiple times with different teams. So the remaining HP bar on top is showing you the amount of HP that the enemies for that particular stage have left. So when you push start, the battle information comes up. So each of the stages have different stage mutations that you have to take into consideration. The enemy level for the stages does increase, so it will get harder and harder as you proceed through the simulation stages. And the win conditions for the stages are basically all the same. You just defeat all of the enemies. And if necessary, you can use multiple teams to do it. You'll see what I mean. When you push start again, it's going to go into the battle and bring up this menu. And in here, you can select 5 characters to complete this stage. And whatever amount of damage that you deal to these enemies, you can save your progress by settling the match. So if all of your characters are defeated before beating all of the enemies, it does bring up an option for you to either cancel, which settles the match, or you can use backtrack if you want to do more damage or you feel that you could do more damage and take out more enemies, then use backtrack. So even when your last character is defeated, it gives you one more chance to do more damage, defeat more enemies, or complete the stage. When you settle a match, all of your progress is saved. All of the damage you did to the enemies and all of the enemies who were defeated will remain defeated. And then you can go in with another team to finish off the stage. There is no limitation on the amount of entries you can do for each stage, so you can use as many teams as necessary to beat the stage. That's where this menu comes into play. If you click on status in the bottom right corner, it's going to bring up this menu, and this shows you all of the characters that you have. And it also shows you which characters you've already used, and it will say fatigued over those characters. Again, you can only use characters one time. It doesn't matter if they survive the stage, they'll still become fatigued afterward. Make sure you use your characters wisely because you really want to use as many characters as possible that you have leveled or built before using the restore. Clicking restore all will get back all of the characters that you use and were fatigued. So the best idea is to use as many characters as you possibly can before using your refresh, because that's going to let you get much further into the simulation stages than if you just use one team, use a refresh, use one team and use a refresh. You get to hold a maximum number of 6 refreshes, and you'll get one of these every day for the event. And like I said before, this is a 20-day event, so you get 20 restores. And just like stamina, you don't want to let these overcap. This event is challenging, but I also think it's an event where you have to think smarter, not harder. Don't make it difficult for yourself. To put this in simple terms, there's 30 simulation stages, and it's a 20-day event. This means for 10 of the days, you have to complete 2 stages. And for the other 10 days, you only have to complete 1 stage. This is if you use your refreshes wisely and don't let them overcap. So even if you have 2 powerful teams, so 10 characters that are extremely powerful and well built, I think this event is very doable. You may not be able to get all the way to 30 if you don't have that many characters built, but you can get most of the rewards. I think it's obvious the more characters you have built, the easier this event is going to be. Another issue is going to be the amount of gear and equipment that you have built. If you want to make this event more doable without wasting resources, because the reality is we only have so much gear leveled up. So if you want to make the simulations more doable, especially when using characters you don't typically use but they're leveled up, you can swap your best gear onto those characters so that when you go into the simulation, your team is going to be more effective than if you just have some crappy gear set up on them. Swapping gear around constantly for this event is annoying, but it's one of the necessary evils for this particular event, especially if you want to complete multiple stages before refreshing. This event actually has a lot of rewards, and it's broken up into 2 places. There's a quest area and a rewards area, and both give rewards. And they're different rewards. So for the rewards section, these rewards are based on the amount of simulations that you complete, and there's up to 30. And for every 5 simulations you complete, you get different rewards. So this section alone is going to give you over 1,000 Luxite, plus a bunch of other rewards as well. So you really do want to try to push this simulation as far as you can go, just to accumulate as much of these rewards as you possibly can. There's also good stuff in here. There's astral shards to pick up. There's a random legendary engraving chest, so you really do want to try to do as many of these as possible. And these rewards are specifically targeted towards completing the stages. The quests, on the other hand, are much easier. This is giving you another 1,000 Luxite. It also gives you the canned octopus, coins, weapons, etc. This equipment can actually help you with completing the simulation stages, especially if you're newer to the game and don't have that much equipment or weapons. And the event quests are just overall easier. In fact, you can complete these entirely without even doing the simulation stages at all. These don't require you to beat any of the stages. You see how this says battle settlements? This is what I was talking about before, where you go into a stage, just put in a character, doesn't matter which one, because you're not going to do anything in the stage anyway. Then start the battle. And when the battle starts, click on the icon on the top left. And you see how it says settle? You can click on settle. You're going to get this message saying the character's fatigue, TP, and monster HP will be inherited after the settlement. Settle the battle results anyway. And when you click confirm, it's going to end the match. And that will count as a settlement. To get all of these rewards, you can do that 30 times and not do the stages at all. But you'll get all of these rewards easily, and you can complete that basically in one day. All you need to do is use one character every time that you do it. You won't even need to use refreshes. However, there are quests for using the refreshes. These are the quests that say actively recovered, and it goes from 5 times all the way up to 10 times. These quests are in reference to restoring all, so you'll have to do this 10 times, so it's going to take you 10 days to at least do those quests, but you'll need to restore all to do it. So again, you can just restore them after doing those settlement stages and restore. And within 10 days, you'll be able to get all of these rewards. So the event quests are much easier to complete because you don't need to complete stages at all, even if you don't care about this event at all. I do recommend doing this event quest area because it's literally 1,000 Luxite for free, because it takes like no effort to get these. So definitely complete these quests in the very least. However, there's a lot of great rewards for completing the simulations, so I do recommend trying in the very least, because you should be able to pick up as much of these rewards as possible, even if you can't get all of them. Just try to complete as many stages as you can. I just think it's better to at least get some of the rewards than getting none. And as I already stated in this video, it's very simple to try to complete this event. You only need to complete 1 or 2 stages every day. More is obviously better before doing a refresh, but it's really that simple. And the stages do get harder, so you may need multiple teams to try to complete it, especially if you're newer to the game and don't have your talent trees built out and a lot of characters and equipment built up. I still think it's possible to get most of the rewards in here. Newer players may have more difficulties, but I still think it's possible to get a lot of the rewards out of completing the simulation stages, even as a newer player. Remember, it's a 20-day event, so that's 20 days that you'll also be making progress with your account and building up your characters. So if you're new to the game, it may be beneficial to let your refreshes stack. Don't let them overcap, but let them stack, so that you can make your characters as leveled up and as powered up as possible before starting to do the simulation stages. By using this strategy, you'll be able to complete more of the simulation stages, and you'll get more value out of each of your attempts and your refreshes. If you look at this event as a marathon and not a race, you're going to get more out of this event and more of the rewards. So try to make the most out of each of your attempts and your refreshes, and don't let your refreshes overcap. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.